click on the subscribe button, and press the bell icon, to never miss any updates.
Allahu Akbar, Allah.
They should also remind us that as adults, we have to lead a life to lower the burden of sins to their level, which is a lifelong journey for every adult. So it's incumbent upon us to provide these youngsters with an environment, with a culture, and an institution that they can not only grow up to be good Muslims, but can be future leader of this great nation. Hence, we need your help to establish this center, not only to have a masjid, Masjid Ibrahim, but a community center that will serve the local Muslims, non-Muslims, elderlies, and everybody else alike. That should be the motto moving forward. You guys can go back to your playroom. I'm going to get to the pockets of your parents. Only problem with that statement is 2 of those children are my own. So, where do we go? This is quite an ostentatious gathering. And in fact, somebody told me, why at Swan Club for Islamic Center? So how did we do this? Besides from the sheer blessing of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, this gathering has been made possible by contributions from community members just like you. Half of the food, the flowers, I've been reminded multiple times that the vases, the treats, that have all been given by community members. And a shout out to Pat and Patty at Swan Club. The deal that they gave us, it was hard to refuse. Now please don't ask us about the deal, because you shall not get it for your birthday or anniversary or your graduation. But should it come to it and decide to hold your own functions, please do invite us. We'll give you just as much support. So where do we go from here? May I have the slides, please? So most of you know that we started this organization in December of 2017. We have 22 members that comprises the board and the executive members for now. Let me rephrase that. There are 22 egos comprises the board and the executive board. But the one person that is sorely missed today is our president. By virtue of his poise and grace, all 22 egos somehow managed to stay together for a common purpose and move forward. And my other brother, Tariq Said, is not here today. He's out on a medical leave. May Allah give him shifa so he can unite with us very soon and lead this team moving forward. He couldn't come, but I'd like to read a statement from Brother Tariq Said. Message from the President. Assalamu alaikum. Firstly, I'd like to thank Allah for His infinite blessings upon us to have such a beautiful community. A community who has come together to embark on this incredible journey. I would like to thank each one of you and pray for you and your families for having done so much in such a short time towards the formation of our future center and the masjid. Hillside Islamic Center serves a diverse Muslim community in a dynamic neighborhood which is one of the most sought after New York suburbs. From our current temporary location, we offer daily prayers, Friday Jummah, and classes focusing on Islamic education and Quranic understandings. As we look forward to expanding our services and designing our future center with your help, we plan to lead Islamic education, community engagement, and interfaith dialogue in Nassau County. Thank you for joining us today. I wish you a great evening and a very blessed month of Ramadan in a few weeks. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bless you all for your du'as and contribution. Please pray for our brother Tariq Said. These are the 22 egos I talked about before that comprises the boards and BOTs. What I didn't mention is that there are relentless volunteers that give their so much time and effort to get us where we are. I wasn't even present today and everything got set up and half of this done by the volunteers and the youngsters that some of them you've met before. This is our president who's missing. Please pray for him. So what's our strategy to get some money? Don't really have a strategy. So I thought about making people feel very guilty and then get some money out and put it on the table. But then I realized that there are strong organizations that are so much better at making you feel guilty and making you give the money. What we are good at, though, is gastronomy. Not astronomy, but gastronomy. Did I say it correctly, Farooq? Now, Farooq Kanja is my enunciator, my syntax corrector, and he wants to be my influencer. So we want to get through your stomach to the most important part, to your heart. From there, I know how this difficulty will be for you to get to the next level, because it's been difficult for me. Can somebody hit the next button, please? All right, let's go on the heart. Let's go on the heart for now. From the heart, from stomach to your heart, to your wallet. And that's our strategy. That's really where we're going. Okay? Is that enough? I don't know. So we live in a very difficult time. With all kidding around, let's just spend some serious thoughts for now. Everything changed since the election of 2016. Society changed, our country changed, the world changed. Hate crimes are up, religious-related crimes are up about 40%. Next, people have been emboldened to take their masks off and show hatred in public. As a result, there's been mass massacres in religious institutions. Next, people that have left their motherland, trying to flee from the oppression, the torture, coming to the great land, the great country on this planet, and wind up in the cages. Who can forget the recent massacre in New Zealand? And right under our nose, some of the things that happened that have tremendous far-reaching consequences for next generation, for decades to come. So what are we to do? Now, if you are a true believer, we should understand that there should be better days and the Ummah will be protected. How do we know that? Next, a verse from Surah Baqarah. Next. And surely we will try you with something of fear and hunger, and loss of wealth and lives and crops, but give glad tidings to the patient, who says, when afflicted with calamity, to Allah we belong, and to Him is our return. They are those on whom descend blessings from Allah and mercy, and they are the ones that receive guidance. That's our faith. That's what we believe in. Now, we've also been given the strength, the conscience, and we've been repeatedly told not to tolerate injustice. Next. So what gives me hope? What gives me hope is whenever something happens, the society as a whole comes together and pours their heart out for the rest of us. That gives me hope. A recent trip to Charlottesville, that street has been renamed for this young lady who gave her life during the white supremacist uprising named Heather Meyer. Now somebody traveling there suddenly may say, who's Heather Meyer? Instantaneously Google her and find out the history of what happened. So this young lady had given her life. Why? Because all men are created equal. So I take great pride in presenting to you our very first speaker this evening. She received her doctorate in jurisprudence from St. John's University, could have made a lot of money in a private sector, working as an associate in a private firm. She gave that up and became a public advocate. What does she do? She spends full time trying to protect the civil rights of Muslim Americans. I can't see a better person under current circumstances to come and enlighten us on the current circumstances and give us some hope.
ITV, Call of Peace, Save Humanity.